I want my audience to grasp the significance of three levels of communication within a retail workplace environment. Communication is important between customers, employees, and supervisors of a retail workplace. Have any of you ever worked for a company small enough you remember everyone's name? I have. We are a small and somewhat tight-knit company who knows everyone's name, and for some of us, even share holidays together. But let's take this question a step further. On top of working in a small company, how many of you work for a small company with communication issues? I've worked for this sporting goods retailer for nearly 5 years now, and I work closely with upper-level management. My primary job is to manage their inventory all across the company. Everything that comes in and out is my responsibility. Let's glance at why good communication is a must with supervisors. Weekly meetings are a nice way of keeping all staff members in the loop. This helps majorly for retail promotion changes, procedure changes, staff changes, vacations, and even holidays. It's never a good idea for management to keep employees in the dark. Another case, handling the day-to-day operations. When situations arise, it is a good idea for a supervisor in the appropriate department to be aware of any situation they may need to be involved in. For example, if a customer raises their voice at a salesman over the cost of an item, after the salesman handles the situation, it's a great idea to let your supervisor know in case they need to become involved. Letting a supervisor know of the situation before the customer contacts them would be a great benefit, so any issues between the retail store and the customer can be resolved early. Now that we've talked about the importance of communication with supervisors, let's move on to the importance of effectively communicating with employees, or in other words, your coworkers and peers. No matter how big or small of a company you work for, each employee should know their job responsibilities to keep the operation running smoothly. For instance, in a small company where employees may have more than one job responsibility, knowing which coworker will be out of the office or if someone needs to cover them while they're gone. According to Lee Richards, author of the article Effective Communication Between Workplace Peers, states effective communication, peer-to-peer communication, can benefit from taking time to fully understand the other person's point of view by asking open-ended questions and listening, and simply really listening to the answers. Having a good communication line with employees and coworkers helps maintain and or improve the morale levels of the workplace. Working with a few people or many people, disagreements are just bound to happen. But respecting each other and their opinions can help prevent the creation of a hostile work environment. Now that we have talked and covered the communications with our supervisors and coworkers, now let's move on to effectively communicating with a customer. In order to provide the best experience for the customer, knowing how the company functions and operates is a must. This would include being knowledgeable in the products and services the store has to offer, current sale promotions, and even greeting them as they walk through the door. In Mike Taylor's 4 Simple Ways to Communicate Better with Your Customers, he states, "We've all heard the first impressions are everything. In business, there is nothing different. So greet them as they begin their shopping experience. After greeting them, one of the best ways to continue this great communication line is simply listening. It is key to hear the customer out from the beginning. After fully listening, you can guide them to whatever they are looking for. For example, a customer walks into a retail store to buy a pair of shoes. If the salesman does not listen beyond the customer stating they are looking for a pair of shoes, he or she will proceed to ask the additional questions of, are you looking for a certain brand, perhaps style, or even color? This could have been totally avoided if the salesman simply listened to the customer just after greeting them and welcoming them in. Let's recap. We've discussed the importance of communication on 3 different levels: supervisors, employees, and customers, and why each are important. If you are an employee who reports to upper-level management, work among your coworkers, as well as interact with customers, effective communication will be needed. Learning about effective communication begins with you, yourself. This can not only happen and help in current jobs, but can also benefit you in the future.